It's Sherry with Red Apple Auctions, and today I want to talk to you about the best day to hold your auction fundraiser. And I'm saying that a little tongue-in-cheek because the reality is I think that there's opportunity for you to have a great fundraiser any day of the week as long as you've got good planning that goes into it. But that said, you might be in a situation where you're looking to rebrand an event, or maybe you're just curious to know what kind of gala you have and where that fits into Sherry's schedule of what type of event that often is. You could be one of these landmark galas in your own town that you have your gala the first Saturday of every May or the second Friday of every November, and that's where you always have it. If that's you, maybe this topic isn't for you, unless you're just curious. But there's a lot of groups out there that I know are looking at different dates for a variety of reasons. So what I did is I went through the last 6 years to figure out what we've done with our events, when they've been held, and I've started to notice some trends. So I wanted to share those trends with you, and you can see where you pop in. So on Sunday afternoons tend to be, in our experience, some sort of an afternoon tea or a family-friendly event. Sunday events are really meant to be tucked in between your morning activities, which is oftentimes church, and your afternoon activities, which oftentimes involve the family or going out socializing. So because of that, they tend to be on a tight schedule with these teas. People come in, there's a shortened time frame for the silent auction. They go in, they sit down, they have their brunch, they have the auction, and vroom, people are out of the door so that they can continue on with the rest of their weekend. The family-friendly events that are on Sunday afternoons tend to be more loosey-goosey. There's not like a formal sit-down meal. You come and go when you please. The auction itself is at a designated time. But as far as what's going on at the event, it could be a carnival, there might be face painting, there might be a lot of chef events, and you're kind of walking around to the different stations. That's what we often see at the Sunday events. Now, if you're looking at a Sunday night or a Monday night, these tend to be chefs events. If you're looking to involve some of the great chefs that are in your area, my guess is that they're busy on Friday and Saturday nights. Unless you can pull some strings, you know, those are the busiest nights for chefs at their restaurants. So if you're looking to engage them, they're probably going to say, well, pick my weekend. And for a chef, that weekend could be a Sunday evening. Well, their weekend starts on Sunday, so it's either going to be a Sunday evening or a Monday evening. So those are a lot of the events on Sunday and Monday nights, chefs events. So those Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday lunches, what do we see going on there? That's where I noticed the associations and the nonprofits seem to get really involved. It tends to target those business people who are coming in from work. If you have a silent auction, it's again shortened, sort of like the afternoon teas on Sunday. It's shortened, they go in, they sit down, there's a presentation of some sort, they have the live auction, and boom, everybody's gone to go back to work. So it's condensed, it's all business. On occasion, we will have some of these one of my friends calls them ladies who lunch events. It tends to be more of women coming together. There might be some seated chair massage, makeup applications, fashion type shows. Those are sometimes done on your luncheon events where it's, again, very condensed. But usually I'm seeing these associations and nonprofits. So for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings, I also see a lot of what tend to fall into 4 areas. I see a lot of nonprofits getting involved with these, but they're corporate foundations and also associations. For instance, one of the events that we do is an expo. They have a big trade show. They have an auction during the reception during one of the evenings there when they kind of close out the trade show. That's when they do the auction. That's an example. Happens on usually a Wednesday night. Another one that happens on a Wednesday night is that there is a group of people that are coming together. It's an awards gala. A lot of business owners are coming in for this. They've been in classes for 2 days and doing networking. Their grand finale is on Wednesday night. They award some awards, and then they have their auction as well. That's another example. The other one I've seen is user conferences. So for instance, at GE, we used to have a user conference 3 or 4 days every year where all of the users of our software would come in and we'd do training with them and tell them about rollouts for the next year. Well, one of the clients that I've worked with was raising money for their corporate foundation, and tying this into a user conference works because they've got more people at that conference. Now they can get their users to contribute to their corporate foundation as well, and that works in well when you've got that sort of a trade show feel, user conference feel. And golf outings, a lot of golf outings, they'll do an auction at the end of the day after everyone's been out golfing. Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays seems to be a pretty popular day for those. Thursday nights in and of themselves are also great for events. If you are looking to trim the budget, you might like a Thursday night because your venue rates are usually less expensive than on a Friday or Saturday night. The other great thing about a Thursday night is if you are not one of the El Primo galas, you're not a first string gala, or you don't feel like you are in your city, and you're afraid that the people that you might be inviting would not be as inclined to go to your gala if it was on a Friday or Saturday. Let's face it, some of the people that might be going to your gala have full dance cards, so they've got weddings to go to on the weekends. They want to go to the beach, they want to spend time with their families. So if you're afraid that having it on a Friday or Saturday might actually hurt you because some of these big spenders are not going to go to your gala, they'll go somewhere else, then a Thursday night might be a great option for you. Friday nights, schools and nonprofits love Friday nights. It's the second most popular date behind Saturday nights. Great thing about Friday nights is you can get less expensive venues. I was just speaking with someone recently, and it's a school auction. Booking it on a Friday night in order to pay half of the venue rental rate than they would on a Saturday night. That's a good reason. One tip for those of you that are looking at Friday night venues, I would encourage you to think about your dress code. Very often we will see a more casual dress code. It's business attire. It is not formal attire. The reason being is if you're attracting people who are working during the day, they can go straight from work to your event. If they have to deal with a babysitter, they might not have time to get all dressed up for your event if it's a formal, so they're rushing home in business attire, they're getting the sitter taken care of, and then they're going to your event wearing the same business attire. So that's something to keep in mind for Friday night galas. And then of course we have our creme de la creme, the Saturday night galas. Tend to be the landmark galas in the respective cities that we work, at any rate. Tend to be formal, although some of them are more costume based, but tend to be more formal galas where you can get all dressed up in your pearls, ladies, and look great in your new dress. So those are for Saturday nights, oftentimes reserved. But again, I think you can have a great night, great gala, regardless of the night. It just depends on your planning. I'm Sherry Truhlar with Red Apple Auctions. For more other ideas, go to our website. That's at redappleauctions.com. I got loads of free stuff up there for you, including our free auction item guide that's stuffed with the top 100 items I've sold in auctions just last year. That's it. Thanks for watching, and good luck to you in your auction.